Your last 24 hours as Julius Caesar. There are 23 of them. You don't know that yet. You are still drinking your morning wine, watching the light come through the window of your villa, thinking about what you will say to the Senate today. You're the most powerful man in the history of Rome, possibly the most powerful man who has ever lived. You have crossed the Rubicon. You have conquered Gaul. You have defeated Pompey. You have been declared dictator perpetuo, dictator for life. You have survived everything. You have one day left. You wake before sunrise, not from nightmare, not from fear. You simply wake the way powerful men wake, with the immediate awareness of everything that needs to be done and the complete confidence that you are the one to do it. Your body feels slightly wrong this morning, a heaviness you cannot name. You note it the way you note minor inconveniences, briefly, without concern, and then you move past it. You have survived everything the ancient world has thrown at you. Every battlefield, every conspiracy, every version of death that has a name. You dress deliberately. The white toga with a purple border. The red shoes that only you are permitted to wear. You have earned every piece of this. Every thread. Outside Rome is waking up. The city of 1 million people that exists largely because of what you built, what you reformed, what you conquered. Your calendar. Your laws. Your roads. Your name will become a title. Caesar. That rulers will use for the next 2,000 years. You don't know that yet either. You pour another cup of wine and wait for the morning to begin. Your wife has not slept. You know this before she speaks. You can see it in the way she is standing in the doorway of your chamber. Not the posture of a woman who has rested, but the posture of a woman who has been awake all night, holding something she does not know how to put down. She dreamed of your murder. Not vaguely. Specifically. She saw your body in her arms covered in wounds. She saw the blood. She heard the sound. She woke screaming and did not go back to sleep and has been standing in doorways since the 3rd hour of the night, working up the courage to say what she is about to say. She gets on her knees. Calpurnia, your wife, the daughter of a consul, a woman who has never begged for anything in her life, is on her knees in front of you, asking you not to go to the Senate today. You look at her for a long moment. Something moves through you, not fear. Something older than fear. The same instinct that kept you alive on 100 battlefields. The part of you that has always known when something is wrong before your mind could name it. You tell her you will stay home. You send a messenger to the Senate. Marcus Antonius will make your apologies. You are unwell. The session will be postponed. For approximately 40 minutes on the morning of March 15th, 44 BC, Julius Caesar has decided not to go to the Senate. He is one decision away from living. The knock at the door changes everything. Decimus Brutus enters your villa with the easy confidence of a man who belongs here. And he does belong here. He is one of your closest friends, one of your most trusted generals. You gave him Cisalpine Gaul to govern. You have defended him, promoted him, trusted him with things you trusted almost no one with. He looks at Calpurnia's red eyes and your untouched morning schedule, and he laughs. Not cruelly, warmly. The laugh of a friend who finds your concern endearing and slightly embarrassing. He tells you that the Senate is waiting, that they have prepared something important for today's session. That leaving now would look like weakness, like the great Caesar is afraid of his wife's dreams. He tells you Rome needs you there. He puts his hand on your shoulder, and you feel nothing but the warmth of a friend. You look at him, this man you have trusted with your life, this man who has fought beside you, this man whose loyalty you have never once questioned, and you make the decision that will end your life. You tell Calpurnia you are going. She says nothing. She stands in the doorway and watches you leave, and something in her face already knows what your face does not. You do not look back. The streets of Rome receive you the way they always do. People call your name. They step aside. They watch you pass with the particular mixture of awe and fear that power produces in people who are close enough to feel it, but not close enough to touch it. You walk with the stride of a man who has never considered that the ground beneath him could give way. Near the theater of Pompey, a man steps forward from the crowd. His name is Artemidorus of Knidos. He is a teacher of Greek rhetoric. He has spent weeks uncovering the details of the conspiracy through his connections in Rome. He has written everything down, every name, every detail of the plot, the time, the location, the method. He holds the note out to you. You take it. It goes into your left hand with the other petitions and documents people press on you as you walk. You will read them later, you think. After the session. There is always time after the session. You walk the rest of the way to the theater of Pompey with the names of your killers in your hand. You never open it. Something is wrong. You feel it the moment you enter. Not dramatically. Not like a warning from the gods. Like a shift in temperature. Like the way a battlefield feels different in the seconds before the fighting starts. A particular quality of silence that experienced soldiers learn to read. Men who normally speak freely are quiet. Men who normally avoid your company are standing unusually close. Eyes are moving in ways that eyes don't usually move. You scan the room the way you have scanned 1,000 rooms. Processing. Calculating. You have survived this long partly on instinct, and your instinct right now is producing a feeling you're choosing not to name. Near the entrance, a figure catches your eye. The soothsayer. The same man who stopped you in the street weeks ago and told you to beware the Ides of March. He is looking at you with an expression that is not quite fear and not quite grief, but somewhere between the two. You look at him and say, "The Ides of March have come." He looks back at you and says, "But they have not yet gone." You walk past him into the Senate chamber. In 4 minutes, everything you built in your entire life will be over. It begins with a petition. Julius Caesar steps forward. He wants to discuss the exile of his brother. A reasonable request. A normal Senate matter. He reaches for your toga to get your attention. He grabs it and does not let go. You say, "This is violence." Those are almost your last words. The first knife is Cascas. From behind, it grazes your neck. He is nervous, his hand is shaking. The wound is not deep. You grab his arm. You say, "Casca, you villain, what are you doing?" Then the others move. 23 men. Some of them your friends. Some of them men you promoted, defended, trusted. They move quickly because they rehearsed this. Because they knew that hesitation would be fatal for them. You fight. This is the part history sometimes forgets. Caesar fights. He is 60 years old, and there are 23 of them, and he fights. He uses his writing stylus as a weapon. He pulls his toga away from grabbing hands. He moves. Then he sees Brutus. Brutus with a knife. Something leaves your body in that moment. Not blood. Something else. The part of you that believed in the loyalty of the people closest to you. The part that trusted. That part goes somewhere and does not come back. You stop fighting. You pull your toga over your face. You do not want to be seen dying. After everything, the Rubicon, Gaul, Pompey, the pirates, the battlefields, the Senate, the purple toga, the red shoes, the title that will outlast your civilization. After all of it, this is the thing you choose. Dignity in the last moment. You fall at the base of Pompey's statue, the man you defeated, whose theater you are dying in, whose statue watches you take the last of 23 wounds. One of them is fatal. Only one. It takes a while. The Senate chamber empties in seconds. The conspirators flee into the streets of Rome, expecting to be received as liberators. They have killed the tyrant. They have saved the republic. This is what they told each other in the weeks of planning. This is what they believed. Rome does not celebrate. The conspirators walk through the forum, holding their knives above their heads, and the city locks its doors. Your body lies alone in the Senate chamber for nearly an hour. The note from Artemidorus still in your hand. Still unread. Calpurnia receives you at the door of the villa. She had been on her knees this morning. She had known. She takes your hand, and the note falls to the floor, and nobody picks it up. Every single conspirator who killed you is dead within 3 years. Everyone. Somewhere in Rome tonight, a young man is building something. He believes completely in his vision. He has surrounded himself with people he trusts. He has given them power, position, loyalty. He cannot imagine that the ones standing closest to him are the ones he should fear most. He has never considered that trust is not armor, that proximity is not safety, that the ones who smile at you in the morning can be holding something behind their back that you will not see until it is already too late. He thinks the people closest to him would never. They would. They always do.